Hello everybody and welcome back to Memoriapolis, where we are currently working on things. We have a lot of things to work on here, and we're slowly making our way through them. So we can see we're doing okay on our resource points, our population satisfaction, our building points will probably get there. Our faction power is pretty far behind, and that's mostly because of this, right? We're definitely going to be working on that. Our resources are, in my opinion, a lot improved from where they were. But for the time being, let's just go through some of these and see what we have that might be close to being repaired here. That one's probably reasonably close. That one probably is as well. What do we got down over here? Okay, we need stone for a lot of these, and that's understood. Yeah, mostly we need stone. There's some clay needed as well, but there's definitely very, very large amounts of stone being needed. So that's absolutely understood. That one just needs clay, so that's noted. Our clay is +6 this cycle. I'm tempted to improve this to a level 3. But at the same time, I kind of want another source of clay. So if we looked at this, we can see there's some clay down over here. There's quite a lot of clay out this direction. That's interesting. Clay up over this way. And also up over here. Very interesting. So I'm interested in quarrying some of that clay. Now, if we were to do this, there's definitely clay up over here. There's clay out over this direction as well. But what's almost more interesting to me is the clay out over this direction. Now, I'm just trying to find the borders of the swamp here. Okay. So if we were to put in a surveyor's cabin approximately here, which I am going to do, then that would allow us to harvest the clay up over here. What is this? Faction installation? Yes. This sounds good. We accept that. Okay, so that seems good for now. I do think we need more clay income. I think that's very, very clear. One quarry is not really enough. Sell this to the requesting faction. Ah, they want to purchase ownership of this public building. That would lose us 15% of the building satisfactions. The faction protects the building from damage and repairs it if necessary. The building can no longer be destroyed as long as it belongs to the faction. Okay, that's interesting for sure. 15% reduction is probably okay, especially when it has the worker reduction as well. So that's a 50% worker reduction for a 15% loss of building satisfactions. That's worthwhile. We do it. Anytime they want to do that, we're in. So that sounds great. But back out over this direction, we want to definitely put a small quarry in. And I'm thinking over this way or over this way. I think this is the way to go, out over here. So we'd put this in here, and this is going to be quarrying clay. We're going to want to take this up to a level 2 for sure. We might want to take this one up to a level 3, given the potential size of it here. So let's just get that upgraded for now. And we may have enough resources to get something repaired out over here. Not that. Not that. Not that. We're lacking clay for that one. Lacking clay here. Lacking some stone. This one we can repair. So we'll get that going. That looks good. So this is going to be done in 6 cycles here. We're definitely going to want to boost that up. So that'll be fine. We're at 12.2k inhabitants, and I want to come up over to the Renaissance City Center. 11,000, huh? Well, our primary lack here is iron. We will get the stone and clay eventually. So that is noted. We should definitely work on that. So we're currently gaining 13 iron per cycle. That seems relatively fine. So this is a level 1 right now. Let's bump that up. That gives us access to a lot more clay. I may want to take that up to a level 3 as well. So we'll see about that. I think we probably should not repair any more of these until we get our city center upgraded. That should be the primary goal at this juncture. So that seems relatively fine for now. So upgrading the improved Renaissance City Center will, of course, be a pretty big deal for us. 1,012 iron, huh? Again, that's our primary lack. So we'll see where we are on the other requirements once we have that. That's a lot of clay and stone, but we can probably purchase the clay and stone if we need to. And that's maybe not a bad idea. And I am going to upgrade this guy to a small quarry 3. So let's get that going. That's going to bring us up to 14,590. Looks good. So that's excellent. So let's think about maybe purchasing some clay and stone here. So we don't have access to a trade route to purchase clay. We'd have to unlock this one, which would cost us 3,000 gold coins. Understood. If we were to purchase, say, 1,000 stone here, that would cost us 5,100. We could trade them some wood, potentially, or maybe like 150 bricks, and then 150 wooden beams. This is very close to being something that we could do. Maybe like 350 wood as well. Do it. So that's going to get us a bunch of stone, right? And the idea here is that that stone is going to be put into the improved Renaissance Center, but we're very short on clay, and we sold some of our bricks and wooden beams that we need for that too. So that's understood, and we will get those. But for now, that's what I wanted to do. So we're going to work up our wooden beams again. We're going to work up our bricks again. That's not a big concern. The big concern now is actually clay, and we accept this. That's fine. Okay, so this is currently producing how much per cycle? It is 10 per cycle. Noted. Okay, that seems fine for now. So 10 per cycle sounds great. And the wooden beams and the bricks will probably be at soon. This cutting camp just ran out of resources. Okay, so we could upgrade this, potentially. Or we could just pause it and put our cutting camp elsewhere, right? Now, if we wanted to demolish this, what would that cost? That's too expensive. I don't see a reason to do that right now. So we're just going to leave that there, polluting everything up. It's way too expensive to do. So for the moment, we want to put a new cutting camp somewhere like about here, I'm thinking. Or maybe like here. Okay, we'll get that going. That seems fine. Excellent. And we're going to want to upgrade that up to a level 2 cutting camp, of course. So this small mine is currently level 2. That seems fine. And we want this cutting camp to go to level 2 as soon as this is finished. We're just going to boost up the amount that it can harvest in this area. So 2, 1, and done. Okay, so let's get this upgrading. There we go. So 10 cycles on that, and that's this cutting camp. Yeah, I don't care about that. So that is absolutely fine for right now. We need a lot of clay. So we have this small quarry 3 here, and then we have a quarry down over here, right? This is a small quarry 3 as well. We have this quarry, which is a small quarry 2. We could upgrade this to a small quarry 3, and I'm tempted to do so. Do we think that that'll get us more clay access, though? I don't think it will get us significantly more. So for the moment, we're not going to do that. There's more clay down this direction, but it's not significant. So that's noted. For the time being, I think this is relatively fine. Okay, so we have a lack of clay, and that's not shocking. I want to come up over here and see how much we need here. So 1,350 clay in total. Okay, if we want to sell to these guys, say 150 cut stones, and then we could also sell them, say, 75 steel, and maybe even like 25 charcoal, maybe even 50. That would get us a decent amount of coins. So we can do that, and then we can unlock this. which is going to net us 13 gold coins every 5 cycles, sure. But that's not the main goal here. The main goal is that we want to be able to get clay, and I want like 1,500 clay. That's going to be 7,200 coins, and we could sell, say, 150 tiles. I'm not sure if do we need tiles for this upgrade? We do not. Okay. So that's noted. If we wanted to get this, it would be something like that. That'd be 7,200 coins. We could sell precious stones. We don't have another reason to have them as of right now, so we could sell those. And then we could also sell potentially, like, I don't really want to sell gold leaves. 150 tiles I think is reasonable. I'd prefer not to sell sand, and I'd prefer not to sell gold. So we could crank up our number of tiles that we're selling up to like 225, something like that. And then the other sale options here are not amazing, right? So 3150 gold, for the time being, we can just wait for that money to come in. That's reasonably fine. So that seems okay. How are we doing on food? We're still net plus 111, so no major problems with food at this time. We do need large amounts of clay coming in. And I mean, we are getting 16 per cycle, so that's not terrible, right? But we want to get this upgrading as soon as possible. So this is going to be fairly soon. We need 367 wooden beams. So that's going to take a little bit. And we need 294 bricks, so that's going to take a little bit as well. Yeah, I'm really not too concerned about that. I still want to buy in, ideally, 1,500 clay. Oh, and there's some clay down over here. That's noted. We could definitely consider putting a surveyor's cabin down here. And actually, we can build surveyor's cabins anywhere now. So that's very interesting. But it doesn't actually protect against attrition, does it? I don't know. We're going to just put this down over here for now. So we're going to get that built. And the idea is I want to build another small quarry up over here. So this is going to be a lot of clay, right? And where is the clay boundaries here? Okay, so we'd want it to be like somewhere around here. So that seems okay. And we can't unpause while having that there. Sure. So 2, 1, and 0. Okay. And this mine is running out of resources. So we're going to swap this over to iron. There we go. And this is an exploited load is empty. This is the same thing, isn't it? Yeah, this is just that small mine. So that's understood. We're going to not pause this. It's switching over to iron. So we're no longer going to be producing gold there, and that's not necessarily ideal. But I think we have other places. Yeah, we still have other places that are currently producing gold. So for the moment, that's reasonably fine. Okay, now back up over this direction. I wanted to put in that small quarry that was going to go approximately right here. And we're going to be working on clay. So that's good. We need a lot of clay. And there is a fair amount of it right up over here. So the idea here is we're going to expand that radius, and that should be fine. We're going to take this up to like a level 3. So that looks good for now. We're definitely interested in getting some cultural buildings built. We're probably going to miss this coin, and that's absolutely fine for now. We're working on producing a lot more resources at this moment. Okay, so that looks fine. I want to upgrade this immediately. Hi, pause menu. I want to upload this immediately. Wonderful. We're not really getting much for notifications up here, are we? We're probably going to want to build some of these eventually. We don't really have resources for a lot of them, and that's understood. We will get those. But for now, the small quarry is going to be finishing up, and that will net us a lot of additional clay. So we're going to get that to a level 3, I believe. That costs a little bit of gold, if I remember correctly, which is absolutely fine. I'm not concerned about that. Okay, so we'll get this upgraded. And we can see the total amount of clay here, 27,000. That's going to be going for a while. That sounds wonderful. Yes, this is acceptable. Okay, so that all looks good for the moment, and we still need clay. So in order to get this upgraded, we know that we need 1350 total clay. Faction installation, the Copernicus circle, down over here. Yes, that's acceptable. So that looks good. We're at 1.6k gold at this juncture. And we would definitely like to get our politics going. So I want to check in here under service. We have access to this. Is this politics? I think this is. I didn't notice when this was given, but we have access to that, and we should absolutely look to build that. So we're going to need clay, and we're going to need bricks for that. So that's multiple things that we know that we're going to need bricks for. Okay. So if we were to buy, say, just 1,000 clay here, and then also 150 bricks, that's going to be really expensive. So we could sell back some precious stones to cut down on the cost of that, but most of this is going to be rough, right? We could sell some gold leaves. So that would be, we could sell like 250 of these. That would bring that cost down, and then like 250 tiles as well. This is something we could do. Consider it done. So that's going to mean that we almost have enough here. We need a few wooden beams, and we need some gold coins. For this, we would need a few gold leaves. So that's understood. We sold basically all of our gold leaves, and that's a gold beater 1. What would it cost to upgrade that? So that is... Oh, they want us to build a prison? We can do that. That will cost wooden beams. But it is a doable thing. We already have one right over here. So we could just put another one right up over, say... Well, we'd want to, like... I don't know, it's hexagonal, right? And that's a little bit awkward. But we could put it about right here. Okay, so that costs us some wooden beams. We have the gold now for this, and now we would need wooden beams. So what would we need for that? Well, we could trade some cut stones for, say... I would love to have like 250 wooden beams. So we could go for like 50 steel and then like 50 charcoal, but that would still put us at 27, 28 here. We could sell like 100 iron, but even that I don't really want to do. So that's understood. So we do need wooden beams. We are making 16 per 5 cycles, so that is absolutely noted. We do have wooden beam income. And I really want to get this built quite quickly, but that is gold beater. So the forge is here. This is the gold beater here. So if we wanted a level 2 gold beater, that would take tiles. We're making tiles, but we just sold most of our tiles. That's fine. That's fine. We're still working on this upgrade here. So we need like 150 wooden beams. That's what it comes down to. So to that end, if we wanted 150 wooden beams, this is what it would cost us. Okay. We could sell 250 cut stones, and that would do the trick. We could also sell about 50 steel to drop this price down. And it would be something like that. Now we can upgrade our Renaissance City Center. So we're doing that for sure. That is absolutely a very high priority. So that seems good. Now, if we wanted to build this, which we do, we need bricks for this. So that's going to be a thing that we need. And we need, of course, gold leaves as well. Roughly 300 of them. So that's fine. We'll let this continue for the moment. We're at 80 right now, and that's going to take a while to build that up. We're probably going to end up buying those, and we're not going to end up buying the bricks. So that's understood. So this is reasonably fine for now. I want to check through some of these and see what we could potentially repair. We can repair this guy, and we definitely want to do that. We now have access to the compo. Okay, sounds good. And then, what is this? Okay, the military port. Sure. So then, we'd love to get some more repairs done here. That would require more stone. What about this one? This one we can do. This guy down here, we would need a little bit more stone. A little more stone. stone, and iron. Okay. Yeah, there's a fair amount of things that we need down over this way still. Mostly stone. It's mostly stone and clay. Yes, this is acceptable. Okay. So a lot of that we need to let our resources build up for, right? And that's absolutely fine. 350 stone here. We'll actually have enough to repair this momentarily. So we have enough for that now, and we'll get that going. So we're going to have a couple of these finishing up over here. That'll be great and get us some of our requirements back. Okay, we'll get that unpaused. Perfect. And then this is about to finish up. Wonderful. We'll get that going again. And this is about to finish up. Well, in 5 cycles anyway. So we're definitely bringing in a fair amount of resources here. That's for sure. Pretty content with the amount of stone coming in. It's some of these finished goods that are a bit on the slower side, right? And that's not terribly surprising. So let's finish this guy up. There we go. We'll get that activated. This out over here, what do we need? Stone. That's fine. We'll wait on that. We just need 350 stone for this. We'll have enough for that next cycle. So let's get that done. Hang on. There we go. Perfect. So this is all reasonably fine for right now. We're putting our workers to use there, and we're definitely getting resources coming in relatively quickly. The major issue would be the gold leaves. That's understood. I would like to upgrade this, but that's a lot of iron. We'll have the iron relatively soon. Cut stones, it will require, and tiles. So, I mean, tiles are going to be a little rough, but that's fine for now. Okay, so we're about to finish up this, and we're going to resume that, of course. Construct a hotel particule. Okay, that's fine. So what do we want for that? 300 stone. We'll have enough for that next cycle. Beautiful. We have already built one of these. What are we lacking now? Oh, 190 workers. Okay, that's fine. We'll have that. No doubt about it. So we're at 174 right now. 176. Keep in mind we're getting 7 to 10 migration at this point. And if we wanted to upgrade this, we would need a little bit more pop. We're going to need a lot of gold, so we'll want to save that up. Steel, we're going to need a fair amount of. Tiles and cut bricks, as well as charcoals. Okay, so that we're just going to have to save up for. No problem there. We have enough workers as of now to build this guy. Okay, looks good, and we'll just set this in, I don't know, right about here. Cool. So we'll get that underway, nice and cheap. Excellent. So we definitely are going to need quite a lot of resources for this. Gold is the big one, and we're currently gaining 5 gold per cycle. We should probably think about getting another small mine going, and for that we'll need one more job. But let's just scope out some gold. Here might be somewhat interesting. There's not a huge amount of it there. Actually, here is probably good. So yeah, we could build that right about here. Consider it done. That's going to focus on gold, and we're almost certainly going to upgrade that as well. So that looks fine. There's a notification out over here. We accept that. Let's check in on how we're doing here. So our faction power is now here, and our population satisfactions are actually up here. Remarkable. Our building points are lagging a little bit behind. We've been building a lot, but apparently it's not enough. That's fine. So we're going to definitely get this small mine finished up here, and we're going to upgrade this guy. We need to be producing more gold. That's very clear. So we're going to have that finish, and I'd love to take this up. We'd need 450 stone. We'll have that quite soon. The workers are not a problem here. We'll have those momentarily as well. So we'll have this in, like, what? 1 more cycle? Yeah, that looks good. 1 more cycle here. There we go. So 10 cycles until that's upgraded, and that'll probably remain as a small mine too. Our other mine is somewhere. Where's our other small mine at? Is that this one down over here? No, that one is not on that anymore. Where is our other small mine at that is currently producing gold? Actually don't know. It's out here somewhere. Oh, what do we got going on here? That was the moment that I paused the game. Okay. Rumor has it that the Queen of Castile and the King of Portugal are each planning to send a wise explorer to discover new territories. No doubt the most deserving empire will be showered with untold riches. You have in your possession several maritime maps that your own navigators have created, unearthed, exchanged, or stolen over time. No doubt Castile and Portugal would love to have access to them, but you can also compete with them, using your assets and buying their explorers, Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama. So, sure, we could give it to Castile, and that would give us the Northern America trade route. We could help Portugal, blueprints that we don't need, and the India trade route. Or we could buy the explorers, gain 750 coins, and get the Canada trade route twice. Okay, we'll take the coins. Sure. That seems fine. Now, I'm still wondering where that other small mine is, right? So we have these small mines that we know about here. There's this small mine up here that's out of resources. I don't actually know where this is. But there's clearly a small mine 1 somewhere that is producing coins, or rather gold. Okay. Wild. How much is up here? About 3,000? It's not a lot, is it? There is quite a lot up over this direction. So that's an interesting thing to think about. And there's some down over here as well. There is some gold around. But honestly, we should build it here. So there we go. We'll get that going. One more mine out this direction. Now, this is a level 2 mine right now, and I don't think we want to upgrade it to level 3. Faction installation. Absolutely. Yes. So that'll be fine for right now. And then this is finishing up. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to see about, hopefully, getting this guy built sometime soon. We're working on increasing our amount of gold, but that's not going to increase our amount of gold leaves, right? And we're going to need some bricks for this as well. We may end up purchasing some of that. We shall see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.